Good morning, Locomotive CrossFit, here again to go over your at-home workout of the day. But before we get started, just want to talk a minute about gratitude and being grateful during times like these. It's super easy to get wrapped up in the negative side of things, all the things we don't have right now, all the things we wish that we could be doing right now, but we can't, and just kind of get all of our thoughts and feelings wrapped up in those emotions. So what I encourage you all to do today, which I have been doing myself, is every morning when I wake up, I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. You might find that you have to dig for these. They might not be super apparent right away, but what you might find is that as you start digging, there's going to be things that you didn't realize were good things because you didn't pay enough attention to them. So I really want you to try finding 3 things you're grateful for, and throughout the day just reminding yourself of those so that if your thoughts do start going towards all the negative things, you can bring it back and learn to be grateful. As we've been talking about, this stuff is happening. It is what it is. It's out of our control. So we're focusing on the things that we can control and being grateful for the things that we have right now. So that's my advice for you right now. As far as our workout of the day, we have a warm-up. It's going to be 2 rounds, 10 leg swings. These are going to be lateral leg swings. So the leg is going to go swing on the inside of the body, 10 per side. Then we're going to do 20 seconds of high knees. These are just going to be standing in place. So we'll work for 20 seconds, as many as we can. Same thing going into butt kicks, also staying in place. We're going to work for 20 seconds. 20 seconds of jumping jacks. And then 6 yoga push-ups. For the yoga push-ups, we can also do these on our knees if we need to. We're not going to do the vinyasa. We're just going to simply do a push-up into downward dog. And when you get into downward dog, I want you to pause for 2 to 3 seconds, open up those shoulders, take your time. For our workout of the day, we have 10 rounds. 10 rounds of a 25-foot bear crawl, a new movement you probably haven't done before, 8 kick sits, and a 100-meter run. For the bear crawl, it's 25 feet. If you don't have a lot of space to get these done, that's perfectly fine. We can just kind of bear crawl around your apartment, around your house. It's only going to be about 20 seconds of work, so it's not a super long distance. If you currently come to our gym, our 50 feet mark, you probably are pretty familiar with it. It's half of that. So like I said, not going to be a super long distance. The bear crawl itself is going to be a straight-legged bear crawl. And we're going to keep those hips above the shoulders and try to take your time with these. I don't want to do them super fast where we're kicking a leg off the floor like we do sometimes. I want these to be nice and controlled, keep them looking good. The 8 kick sits. Like I said, this is a new movement we have not done before. So I encourage you, once we kind of go over the movement itself and what we're looking for, if you're doing this at home by yourself, I want you to video yourself for a couple of these to make sure it looks the way we want it to look. And that way you can kind of examine our videos versus your videos and make sure that we're doing it right. So for the kick sit, we're going to start in a quad position, kind of like when we're doing quad crawls. So we're going to be in a tabletop position. Our knees are going to be close to the floor, but they're going to be off the floor. And from here, my goal is to replace one of my hands with my leg. So I'm going to bring my arm up, and I'm going to replace it, bringing my hips through, just like so. So if you notice my leg that's planted on the floor, I am pivoting it, keeping it planted on the ground the whole time. So I press through the floor of that foot, replace my hand with my hip, all the while keeping my hips off the floor. If this is super easy for you, or as you start to get the hang of it, the next progression would be to now bring the leg straight. So I'm starting the same. Now as I come up, I'm going to open up the chest more, and I'm going to kick my leg straight through. We're trying not to kick straight up because we want to be able to keep our balance, just like so. The next movement we're going to do is a 100-meter run. It should take about 30 to 45 seconds. If you have a location where you can run outside, that's awesome. You can just go out, run for 20 seconds, and come back if you don't have a way to map it out. If you have no place to run, that's fine. We're going to replace it with 8 burpees. Our extra credit for the day, it's 3 rounds, 10 good mornings, 30-second hollow hold, and 10 plank walkouts. For the good mornings, we want the weight on your back to be about 15 to 25 pounds. If you have an object around your house, maybe a backpack that you could fill up with some items, you could use your child, anything of the sort that's slightly weighted that we can place on our back to get those done. I want you to take it slowly. We're going to hold a 3-second countdown, keeping the whole foot on the floor the whole time and coming up with control. Our hollow hold is going to be 30 seconds. I want you to choose a modification that allows you to go for the full 30 seconds without having to take a break. So we have a few options here. If you've been doing these a lot, our first option is our hollow, feet and legs off the floor, lower back pinched to the ground, and holding for 30. If that's too hard for you, our first option is going to be bringing the knees in, hands to the sides, and focusing on just keeping that lower back glued to the ground the whole time. 10 plank walkouts. We're going to start in an inchworm position, walk the hands out. As we get to our plank position, we're going to continue to walk the hands out as far as we can, but I want you to be able to control it back. So don't go so far that you worry about planting your face into the floor. Just go out as far as you can, show control, walk it back in. So this is our workout of the day. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free, reach out, let me know.